Good morning. How's everyone doing on this beautiful September 17th, 2022 of this day that the Lord has made? I'm still a little scraggly. I'm hoping to get shaved up, cleaned up after a while. So it's nice to have a weekend day, some days of rest and family time. My son, he's down in Alabama, made his first road trip down there about his own first cousin's birthday, and then got my daughter staying somewhere. It's me and my wife here, so it's nice. Just a peaceful day, but we miss our kids, of course. So anyway, I'm thinking about coveting this morning, and coveting. Paul, he said, I had not known what lust was had the law said, "Thou shalt not covet." Coveting, you look up coveting, it's like to yearn after something that someone else is, to have some desire for something. It's like lusting after something someone else has. And we know that in James we're told that when lust is conceived, it gives birth to sin, and then that sin leads to death. So coveting, if you're desiring after something or longing after something, like it tells you in Exodus 20, it says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, his maidservant, his donkey, anything that belongs to thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet it." Because if you continuously longing and desiring after someone else's has, next thing you know, that might lead to some action that you take, or the spoken word, or you take some physical action to steal something that belongs to your neighbor or something like that, and you really commit a sin against someone else because you took something that was rightfully theirs. But I think about how you can almost turn into that overnight too. We could be one day you wake up and you're just a giving person, you want to be a giver, and then you might just see something that, well, I'd like to get, you know what I mean, or whatever. You could just wake up the next day and you turn into someone that you want to be a taker. Like you want to receive, or it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, I guess, is like, even you might be poor one day. I've noticed when you're poor, it's almost like you're willing to give more. Like there was that lady that came in and she gave all that she had. She gave the one coin. The Pharisees coming in and putting in. It's like almost when you're getting more money. I found that even with myself. I've been lately thinking, you get more money, you almost think like, well, you can make bigger investments. So you take that more money and you tie it up, so you wind up giving less. You know what I mean? Giving less in the long run, or something like that. It's weird. It's how the Bible tells us. It says, don't go chasing after riches and being rich. It says many have went and plunged themselves into many hurtful and harmful desires, trying to chase riches. Because we're told in Ecclesiastes, he who loves silver, or one translation said, he who loves money is not satisfied with money. You can't satisfy the flesh. I know that from you could go buy a brand new car. You look, oh, you saw that car. As soon as you drive off the lot, you might another one pass yours, and it's like, oh, well, theirs is nice. Oh man, they got these kind of tires. They got this kind of. Immediately, you're seeing something that's like, wait, I thought mine was the best one around, or whatever. Something that makes you covet after what they have. So anyway, it's just, we're not satisfied, and I find myself even times in my life getting more and more off track, and trying to chase after wealth, trying to build. But it's like someone told me a few years back that I was working with these. I was always trying to, like me, I'm taking off on weekends now. Even here a few months ago, I have to continually tell. I was sitting there and I go, well, I'm behind. I have to work weekends. And when I figured out, you're always behind. If you're busy, you're always behind. You're always going to be working like that. And it's like, what am I doing? The guy told me a few years back, he said, I'd be like always, hey, I'd like to work some weekends, make some extra money. And he told me, he said, I figured out a long time ago, you don't get no further ahead. You know what I mean? No further ahead. And if anything, I mean, you're getting behind. You're losing time with your family, your kids, your wife, and pleasures with your family like that. That's what Solomon was talking about in Ecclesiastes. He said there was, he said he saw that there was this man that he didn't have no dependent or anything like that, and he continuously working, he never stopped asking himself, why am I depriving myself of this pleasure? And not only that, we think we're working and storing up and all this, and it's like, we don't know. Like he even said, even if you did store up all this wealth and stuff, and Solomon was like, he realized that he hated the labor that he was doing, because he didn't know, you might leave all this wealth to someone and you don't know if they're going to be a wise man or a fool, if they're just going to spend it up in it instantly or what, you know. So we don't know, and in all reality, nothing's really ours anyway. We didn't carry anything into this world, and we'll carry nothing out. So anyway, we could do that with money, coveting someone's wife. You know, you can, there's another thing, you can be just in love with your wife one day and wake up the next morning and don't feel so good, and next thing you know, oh, you know, you was just seeing her, and you look and see someone, you know what I mean, coveting after a person, someone else's wife, their girlfriend, you know what I mean, because you're not satisfied. We can't satisfy, but so it's contentment. You know, we need to be content with what we have and what God's given us, you know. And especially when it comes to this work and money, I mean, God, he's done such a work in my marriage. I love my wife so much, you know. And but there's been years where I was there's been times where I was coveting, I still had an eye, coveting and lusting, you know what I mean. After that's just, you know what I mean. And it's like, you know what I mean, thank God he's given me, I have a single eye, you know what I mean. It's taken years and years and years to realize. It takes you a long time sometimes to realize what you have, who you have, even whenever it comes to money and wealth, being satisfied, you know, and content. Godliness with contentment is a great game. You know, he tells us them kind of things for a reason. It's natural. You know, a lot of people don't talk about that kind of thing. They're going to tell you, I lust after someone. But you get a bunch of men together, married men and everything. A lot of time, maybe if they're not Christian men, but I'm saying regular, just normal men on job, I don't care, married or not, they're going to be all sitting there, oh, look at that woman, what? They do it. So they don't sit there and admit it. It's just like being jealous. I've been jealous of people before, but I have, even about work and different things. And you go, I tell myself sometimes, I go, that ain't so, like, jealousy something though that, like, people, it's a shame. I feel like, I don't know about y'all, if you ever get jealous about someone, you feel ashamed. You don't like telling someone, well, I was jealous. You don't want to just go to someone, I'm jealous of you. You know what I mean? But coveting, it's almost something like we admire it in a sense with people. It's like, wow. Especially when you might see someone that has this goal of chasing wealth, and you see them going, I want more and more and more. And some people pat them on the back. You're a hard worker. You go after what you want. Not, you know, it's almost like rewarded in our society. And there's even a scripture in the Bible that talks about these people that bless the covetous, whom the Lord abhors. You know, he abhors that covet. It's in the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not covet. You know, but we look at kids sometimes, we go, oh, it's just cute. You see them coveting and lusting after things. So it's a natural thing in us that we do. That's part of why we have to deny ourselves. You know, God takes us, it's like Paul said, he wouldn't even know what it was. You wouldn't even know if someone didn't tell you that's wrong to be lusting after someone that you might not even think it's, because it's just there. It's naturally there. You know, but we agree that is wrong. You know what I mean? Inside, most of us would agree, unless we're just dark, that it's wrong to be lusting at, hey, give me your wife. Give me your, oh, you have that? That should be mine. No. You know what I mean? I'm better and I deserve no matter what. God's already given me exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ask or think. You know, and like you said, we should be content with just food and covering and clothing. You know what I mean? Because that's really our needs. There's a lot more things that we want, and that's where we got to be careful, because that coveting come in. So anyway, I just been thinking about that. I don't want to I've let that come on me overnight before. I've turned from a giver to a greedy person overnight several times in my life, and I don't want to turn into that old grinchy greedy person. You know, so anyway, that's one reason I'm talking about that, is for myself. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and go working and wasting my life away chasing what? Money? And you ain't giving God no time, giving God no that. What about your family and all this? So anyway, that, and just even when it comes to your wife or your kids, or be content what he's given you. Realize what you have. The grass ain't greener on the other side. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. this is the day the Lord has made. I love you. Have a wonderful day.